Canada's Wonderland Day. We're stopping for sunscreen. And of course, we also got some Tim Hortons here.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. Time for some brekkie. Got our Tims. Currently on our way to North America's most attended seasonal theme park, none other than Canada's Wonderland in Vaughan, Ontario, Canada. We've got 18 roller coasters to tackle today. I think we're gonna be able to get on 16 of them. And we've got Fastlane Plus, so it's gonna be a good flipping day. Carter behind the wheel. We're in good hands.
There it is.
There it is.
Hi, Behemoth.
Ooh.
Hi, Leviathan. Let's go.
Let's go.
Woo! Canada's premier theme park.
Ooh.
Oh my god, look at that helix on Behemoth.
Canada's rock and roller suburb. We made it.
Woo!
Look at this beautiful ride.
You have my ticket too.
Yes, I do. Oh yeah. Staying strapped.
Let's go.
Fast lanes and food, because it's gonna be a crowded day, I suspect.
I agree.
Canada's Wonderland on 4th of July. Whoa. Wonder Mountain's Guardian.
I got the high score.
He got the high score. I got 0 points because my blaster didn't work. The roller coaster part was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a turn, it wasn't much.
The part at the end was really cool. I've never been on that before, so that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
It would have been nice if there was a little bit more sound and ambiance. It also would have been nice if my blaster was working. Overall, fun for the park, but yeah, that's it.
It's okay for what it is, but there's not much to it, you know?
Pretty much. Here it goes. Ooh, silly ride. Weird thing about this park, we have the Fastlane Plus, but there's a lot of roller coasters here that aren't on it. And it's kind of the ones that you wouldn't want to wait in line for, like Fly, which is the Wild Mouse. That's not on it. Bat the Boomerang isn't on it. What is it? Thunder Run isn't on it. The Arrow Looper isn't on it. There's like quite a few of them, so we're just kind of going around and knocking those out right now.
Yeah.
Before it gets like too packed.
It's amazing how many rides this park has. There's just so many.
I know, literally everywhere.
I know, right? Look at that.
Yeah, I know. Zoom. Silly Wild Mouse. I wish Coast Rider was like that.
Yeah.
That's all there is to say.
It's good. It's a wild mouse, but you know, it's good for one.
Yes, that's
I like it.
Fun stuff. Longest line of the day, probably. I spy flying fish at Thorpe Park, but in a mountain and elevated. That was actually so fun. That was so much faster than I remember the one at Thorpe Park being. And they had like lights and stuff in there. Super sick family ride.
Dragon head that was all lit up. It was really cool.
Is that what that was?
Like that,
it was really fun. I was surprised. And the employees are really fun at that ride. Head into the washroom. About to wash up. The Bat, not at Kings Island. Not a fast lane either, but let's try this out. Random fun fact, what's it called? Dragonfire in the same park, the Air Looper we're gonna ride later. One of its 3 original trains is used on this ride. So this train has always existed at this park, but it was on a different ride before this opened. Temporarily closed. Moving on to Snoopy to see what's in there. I think it's funny. Vekoma really was like, oh, we're building these new rides now. Oh, you have a train that already works? We can, on like another ride, we can just put it on here from Arrow.
Funny, it doesn't work.
Funny coincidence, fits the exact same track dimensions and stuff, because it's almost like we took your design and copied it exactly. Almost. You need a kid to ride.
So sad.
Womp womp. Yeah, you need to be under 60 inches or need a kid to ride this. So, not riding it today, but thought we would check out the new roller coaster to see how it looks. Looks pretty fun. You can hear the restraints just unlocking over and over again. Knees. Me, and then Carter. Silver Streak. Woo! We about to go streaking in the park, skinny dipping in the dark.
In Kidsville.
In Kidsville. They're all just so rough for no reason.
I've only been on one other, but I was surprised how rough it was.
Yeah.
They look like they shouldn't be, because it's like, you know, it looks like new-ish gen track. It's not that fast. It's rough.
Called a hang and bang for a reason. We also did Ghoster Coaster, which was that. Yeah. And so we've hit both of the kiddie rides that we're able to do, which means I'm at 419 roller coasters now. And there's a very special number coming up. Dining plan, stop 1. Ugh. Pizza sandwich and cookie. White chocolate macadamia nut, obviously. That is one big B&M. Yukon Striker is the only ride in the world that has this bag system. It takes your bags on a conveyor belt to the other side of the platform. And yeah, so I'm gonna stick my phone in it.
Oh, my phone's too big.
Well, that was absolutely incredible.
I love that ride.
Best dive coaster ever. This park needed like an intense and good, smooth, looping roller coaster.
Just flip it around for a sec. Look how pretty this ride is.
This ride is gorgeous. As I was saying, this park needed an intense and smooth looping roller coaster, and somehow they managed to like accomplish that while also being a dive coaster, which is like almost unheard of. This kind of has like the speed and pacing of the smaller ones, but the scale of something like Valraven that we did the other day. Yeah. And this is just, it's so much better. And the loop was insanely intense.
So many positives on this ride. And that Immelman right after the loop is crazy too.
The Immelman was great. And then just like the first drop, obviously, into the tunnel. So good. Like there's nothing, no dive coaster that beats this. There's no way.
No, it's
such a good ride.
Love the view too. I'm surprised how tall it was.
Yes.
Everyone looks tiny from the top.
Oh no. Fast lane queue, regular queue, station. That was literally Great American Scream Machine at Six Flags Over Georgia.
That was disgusting.
That was like, that, and like this ride just now are like probably the only 2 roller coasters I've ever been like, am I cut out for this? Is this something I should keep doing? I was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
I was so rough.
There were a couple of good airtime moments, which were the worst parts of the ride because it hurt so much.
It was so terrible.
And there's this long helix at the end. It was so painful.
The tunnel was just so loud. There's the tunnel.
No, would not recommend. Make it half just like this.
Completing the backlot stunt coaster saga. We've already been on the other 2.
Can't open it.
Push gates. Ooh, long line. Bro, that was like the fastest I've ever like gone on a ride.
Dude, we didn't stop at the gate. They let us through. We didn't stop dropping our stuff on. We didn't stop to get on the ride. We walked straight onto the train and sat down.
I almost got closed in the dang gate and I wasn't even dilly-dallying. So yeah, and these things are just super fun.
Love it.
Super intense. always intense going through like the first helix and stuff. The launches are fun. Yeah, really good, really fun.
Yeah.
Kind of like outdoor Revenge of the Mummy a little bit.
Yeah, last backlot, we did it.
Yes. B&M number 2. That was awesome. That was really, really good. That held, I've ridden all 4 of the like staggered seats one, and you're just missing Intimidator and you're missing the Shambhala. You're missing half of them. But anyways, what is it? This is so much better than Intimidator at Carowinds. Has a like super fun finale. It was a little bit rattly. I gotta pee now, but like it wasn't uncomfortable by any means. And the airtime was fantastic. I know. Why was it? It was going so fast through the first few hills.
I felt like it wasn't very rattly at all. I was surprised how smooth it was. I thought it was going to be worse.
Well, my piss says otherwise. Yeah, a lot better than I thought it was.
Better forces than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Intimidator. I'm a fan of the other 2, and I'm a big fan of this one right here.
It feels a lot like Diamondback. You know, the setting isn't quite the same, no splashdown, but in terms of forces, in terms of the ride itself, I think it felt so cool.
It was very similar to Diamondback, more than like the other 2. And yeah, time to pee and ride some flat rides maybe, and then go check out the other coasters.
Yeah.
It's the world's only sledgehammer. That shit was really freaking fun.
It was.
Really, really fun.
It's so tall when you're up there. You don't even realize looking at it. But
I know, it's gargantuan.
It's taller than the Frisbee right next to it. It's crazy.
Really enjoyed it. And it was pretty much like definitely my speed for like a flat ride, because I tend to get dizzy on them.
Yeah, I thought I'd get nauseous watching it. I didn't at all. It was so smooth the entire way.
Super duper fun. And then the shoots up and down, it's like a mini drop tower. It was so great. I wish there was more of them. Ooh, came back. Front row this time. I think the rattle was definitely a me problem. I think I just had to pee. This is
no, I was telling you, it's smooth.
Yeah, no, it was pretty smooth. Top of its class hyper coaster, and the employees are kicking ass. They were at Yukon Strager also, and I'm expecting the same. I'm expecting the same for Leviathan. Yeah, no, that was not it, but it is the only aero roller coaster with counterclockwise corkscrews. So you like Aero's iconic corkscrews? This does it a little different. Fun fact. Got a big number coming up from Carter real quick.
400.
400. The ride that's brake run is taller than this entire ride. You know, because it literally, this ride sits underneath it. Super bizarre. What did you think, Mr. 400?
I love that ride. It's, you know, it's what you'd expect from a big B&M. It's not like the most crazy thing in the world, but it's super consistent, super smooth. It still had pretty good forces. It had good ejector in a few moments, a lot of floater.
A lot of floater. Yeah. No, it was super duper fun.
A lot of the airtime hills were like a few seconds too. They were really long.
It's like such a crowd pleasing ride. It's like you could take someone who isn't sure if they're gonna like roller coasters or something on it, if they're able to like muster the strength to do a 300-foot roller coaster, and they'll like it, and they're gonna feel like a badass after it.
Perfect fit for any park. It's beautiful. It's so pretty.
Yeah, and I've been on like, what is it, all the Gigas now. Furies, or all the Gigas except, what is it? Steel Dragon in Japan, but I've been on all the ones in North America. And Intimidator's its own thing, forget it. Fury is obviously kind of like unanimously voted as the best like B&M Giga. I agree with that, but I think this has an edge on Orion. And yeah, and a huge edge on Millennium Force. You just did that the other day.
I agree. Pretty similar to Orion, but it doesn't have any bad moments here.
Yeah,
it's more consistent for sure.
Carries the speed, but it also has like exciting dynamic elements, and it's low to the ground, which I appreciate.
It has negatives, it has everything.
Yeah, we did front and back. You preferred the front?
Yeah, I think the back has slightly better forces, but I just love the view from this front, especially on a ride as tall as this.
Yeah,
it's great.
I'm always a back row rider myself, and I kind of stick with that with this.
Oh, yeah.
Dining plan by number 2. Go ahead and tear it in half.
Oh yeah.
Brisket mac and cheese with toast. We got the right-hander on the right, the left-hander on the left. About to have at this. Ooh, doing it again. Did Dragonflyer first, now we get to ride its 3rd train. Thank God that's over. We're all done with the, what is it, non-fast lane rides, which means no more lines the rest of the day. Woo! Unfortunately, we still have the Volair and the SLC to come though.
It's much more white.
Just rode Wild Beast, Wildebeest. We don't know. I don't know if my tolerance is just going down for these old like wooden roller coasters, but I thought that was absolutely terrible.
I agree. All the criticism's completely valid for this ride, but I don't know what it is. I still had a good time.
At least
it feels out of control in like a fun way, even though it hurts a little bit. You know?
Feels out of control in a very awful way, I would say. I was bracing for impact literally the entire ride.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. This and Mindbuster are both really bad. Like 2 of the like top 5 worst roller coasters in my opinion.
Everyone around us was complaining too about how bad it was after we hit the brake run. So
yeah, I would listen to them. Gosh, yeah, not a fan of the Woodies here, unfortunately. At least that one had a fun layout, unlike Mindbuster, but
they're both pretty rough though.
Really insanely rough.
Yeah.
Vortex. Really excited for this one. Anyways.
Oh my God.
That was so
what do you think?
fast.
That thing is crazy. It's not that long, but it does not stop. It's just going.
That was so much better than all the other ones.
I loved it.
That was so much better than Bad Kings Island too. Why was it so fast?
Easily the best ascended. That thing's crazy.
That's like the 4th best ride here behind the B&Ms. That's not even like a knock on anything going on here. It's just how it is. That's so good. That's fantastic.
Love it.
Soaring Timbers is a fat no for me.
It's full spin, but like slower and more boring.
It felt like Final Destination, but we got 0 flips. I was just, I have no idea. Clunking around in a tin can, pretty much. Love Mondale top scans, except for Soul Spin at Knott's Berry Farm, but that was really fun.
Those are still my favorite flat. I love those rides.
They kick
they're
ass.
Intense, they're smooth. They're like not very nauseous for all the stuff they do.
Debatable, but yes, very good. Fun stuff. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
That was a top spin and a water ride combined.
That was great.
That was genius. That was so good. I've seen it, the one at Lagoon, multiple times. It's been closed every time I've been. And so I was so stoked to get on that.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite one so far here.
Yeah,
so far. Really good. Okay, so I'm like high key kind of in love with this park. Like it has such a like previously King's Entertainment, like Cedar Fair Park vibe, just like Kings Island and Kings Dominion and like Great America with like the big fountains at the front. And I don't know, the employees feel very similar vibe here, especially to like Great America. But there is like its own character here. The food's all like, they got poutine, And they got,
They have a whole
what?
like Canada food section right now. We gotta check that out.
We do have to check that out. And I also just love all like the medieval stuff they got going on, even if the spelling things with the E's and extra vowels is a little silly. But I really like this theme park.
Yeah. I feel like it has the good aspects of a lot of Cedar Fair parks, but a lot of those parks also have like bad operations or all these other problems. They're dirty. And this doesn't really have many negatives at the average.
It's not that bad, no.
It has all the positives plus extra stuff.
It does suffer a little in the professionalism category, but I'm not gonna knock on it for that, you know?
Yeah.
We're still getting on rides, and Leviathan, Yukon Striker, and Behemoth are all pumping out trains, so what more could you ask for?
There's a few amazing rides and a lot of like good, not amazing rides, but even so, it's a good lineup. You know, there's so much stuff to do.
Definitely.
I'm having a really good time here.
We're heading towards the end of the day, which means it's time to bring out the booze. The secret to getting me to spend $16 on a lager is to theme it after one of your rides. So right here, I've got the Leviathan lager. The chaotic and the good, which looks yummier. I don't know if y'all are seeing this, but Yukon Striker and Vortex definitely get at it after the park closes. Please open Tundra Twister, please. Woo! Let's go! Dude, where even are we?
We're in Canada's Wonderland like 1 minute ago. What happened?
Forest. We're in the Blair Witch Project. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We made it back to civilization. Please do up your seatbelt. No articles may be left on the platform. Got off. Not too wet really at all, just kind of got like the lower legs wet, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty how it's out here. Both this and Cedar Point have a rapids ride, and then they've also got a splash boat ride, and it's like, I don't know. I want log rides. Like, what happened to the era of log flumes? Why are these being taken out like left and right? Why doesn't Canada's Wonderland or Cedar Point, the two biggest Cedar fair parks, have one?
I know, log rides are so much more fun. You can also do so much with theming and like tell a story.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like Splash Mountain, Timber Mountain, something.
That's so true. My biggest thing though is the fact that these just, like, when they get you wet, they just splash your feet and then you're like butt crack. And it's like, I like and then the boat rides, it's just a one and done kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, that's great, you get wet, but like, I want to experience the like terror of it. How wet am I gonna get?
Yeah,
where am I gonna get wet? That like log rides bring. Yeah, I want the anticipation, but I don't want it in my butt crack. Drinks for the upcoming 1-2 punch up ahead. You can't see it, but believe it, it's coming. Anyways, you knew exactly where we were going. To this section. Flight deck and time warp. Ooh, the last two rides. Attention pilots, are any of you left?
Unlikely.
Is anyone still alive?
What's a negative, sir? Over.
Over. I don't know what it is. I'm like wondering if I just have like a big head or if like the restraint is small. I don't know. But hold this. Putting on the restraint was literally like this.
Ow!
And then taking it off, I was like this. It was like what I would imagine being birthed felt like. And so I don't know what to do with that, but yeah.
Not a good time.
Not a good time.
I feel like every time I ride these, I like them less.
If I was birthed and that was the first thing that I experienced, I think I would, I don't know. Going back in time.
Warping forward.
Going back in time. Literally what? Up they go. They're happier this way. Why the F was there no grouper and no operator telling anybody what to do? Like literally the station's like constantly moving. We're buzzed. We're coast enthusiasts and we don't even know what to do. We're like, does anyone here know what's going on? Do we get on? The guests are just like, ooh.
I asked the people behind us in line if we were supposed to just get on and they didn't know either.
I'm like, what the? And the car's like moving up. We're walking up to it. We just get on. The back closes and off we are to our flipping death.
And we were in fast lane too, so we gotta like cut off people just to get in line because we're in a separate line.
Oh my God, it was so uncomfortable. And like quite honestly, I'm like, how is no one, because you have to cross over like these cars moving to get on it and off of it. I'm like, how is nobody, I don't know, getting bulldozed here by these ride vehicles?
It was very dangerous to not have a grouper here.
Like literally
this is the worst ride to not have a grouper.
Literally the worst ride to not have a grouper, and it's the only one that doesn't. Like what is going on, Canada's Wonderland? They were advertising getting ready for these at Cedar Point, but they have them and rolled out here. It's a great idea, and I would love to see it on Ghost Rider at Knott's Berry Farm. I'm actually so obsessed with how Vortex intertwines with Yukon Striker. It's such a cool look. Beautiful.
That's good.
Last dining plan stop of the night. Got these lamb wraps at their, what was this called? I don't know. They got some Canadian food event going on right now. Anyways, and these fresh chips. Very tasty. So four food items throughout the entire day, which is about like double the amount we paid for this plan in food. So would recommend. Celebration Canada. Celebration Canada. That's the name of the food event they're having. My dumbass. There it is. Celebration Canada. Yes. Meow. Well, Skyhawk kind of sucked.
I had a great time on it.
You didn't flip at all.
I don't care. I got fully upside down over and over, even if I didn't fully flip. I thought it was super fun.
I wanted to flip and I didn't flip. And I don't know, the Gerstflower one's like shell shock at, what is it, Mall of America in like Bloomington, Minnesota. I was able to flip on that, no problem, but this.
Those are better, but I still really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Fair. The positive and the negative. Frick. Finishing off the night with some sunset and night rides on Yukon Striker and Leviathan, as well as finishing the flat rides. We just finished our last ride on Front Row on Leviathan. Absolutely freaking insane, dude. Such a good ride. I don't care
about the forces. It's totally a front row ride. I love the wind. I love the view. It's just, I feel like it makes it so much better.
I'm not going to name which seat I like better, but this ride that we just had was very easily the best ride of the day on it. It was very good. Like, superb way to end the night. The crew was absolutely pumping trains out. Yeah, super duper friendly.
Great job to the crew. It's really impressive. 3 trains, constant.
Good stuff. Great day at Canada's Wonderland. I'm gonna go try to find some, I want a shirt. I want to find some stuff to take home. Got my new shirt for Yukon Striker.
Got my new shirt for Canada's Wonderland.
Beautiful. It was only 16 Canadian dollars after tax, which is like, what? That's like 12 US dollars.
Minus 14 Canadian dollars.
And it's like hikey a nice shirt. Went through a little bit of a pain to like get it, but I'm so stoked about it. Super cool addition. But anyways, fantastic day. This park is awesome.
I love this park.
Look at this. Great way to spend 4th of July, celebrating America at none other than Canada's Wonderland. It's been a great night. New theme parks coming tomorrow. Catch you later. Okay. I'm sitting here at the hotel post Canada's Wonderland, and I'm thinking, I've thought about this before. I'm like, what theme park has the best collection of Bolliger Mabillard roller coasters? And people always immediately go to like the Busch Parks or Great Adventure because it has the most, or even like Cedar Point because it's Cedar Point kind of thing, or Carowinds because it's got Fury 325. But I don't feel like I've heard that many people say, oh, Canada's Wonderland. And now I'm thinking, and I'm like, I think Canada's Wonderland has the best collection of B&Ms. Because it's got like a Giga Coaster, which, like, it's not as good as Fury, but it's a Giga Coaster. It's closer. It's closer rather than it is far, kind of thing. And then it's got the best dive coaster.
By a lot.
By a lot. And then it's got Behemoth, which is an above average, like, hyper coaster. And then you compare it to the Busch Parks, and it's like, I don't know, they've got duds. The, like, SheiKra's not that crazy, and Kumba isn't either. And for, what is it, Williamsburg, you've got Apollo's Chariot isn't that crazy. Griffin's a really good dive. And then there's Alpengeist. And anyways, Great Adventure sucks. Not going to talk about Cedar Point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Canada's Wonderland has the best kind of collection of D&Ms.
It definitely has the best dive. Has, you know, a really good Giga, a really good Hyper. That's a really solid list, even though it's only 3.
I think so.
They're all really fantastic rides.
I am now going to claim that. When someone asks me what's the park with the best B&Ms, I'm going to say Canada's Wonderland. Locking the answer in.
I think I agree with you.
Anyways, good night.